Yeah, exactly. I need a freaking nap too. I'm at 42,000 words. I'm down and dirty 5. I'm working on chapter 3 of 9 of the zombie thing, which is what I'm working on right now. Thinking about the basic premise for our new book since I have to get on that first chapter soon. You do? You do? You have 7 days or so. Seven days or so. Probably since we're doing something completely new and different. If you wrote the first chapter, but then you kind of said, here's the pitch, give me the elevator pitch on it, and then we can just kind of run from there. Give me some whatever ideas you have. You know, I don't want an outline. I'm not working with an outline, but I will work with, hey, this is the main character, this is maybe the bad guy, this is some of the ideas I had, blah, 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 blah. Yada, yada, yada. Yeah, 45 exactly. And I'll do the same to you as I did to Chuck Buda when he gave me that like 9-page outline of In the Marrow. I went, okay, yeah, I didn't even read it. I'm like, no, no, thanks. I'm good. Yes, Mr. Frank, just ordered some spicy shit to eat on TikTok. Nice. I read over again how to get rid of my TikTok shop, and I'm just like, it's just so much work. And also, I'm like, I should just start a new TikTok, but it's just so much work. My head, before you notice Mr. Frank is on, I always go, there's Mr. Frank. Then when he says something inappropriate, I go, oh, Mr. Frank. Exactly. I automatically start with, uh-oh, Mr. Frank. That's usually how I start all of this. I want to remind everybody to subscribe or resubscribe. It's that time of the month, people. And follow me on YouTube. I've gotten not many new followers on there. People are watching, though. My hourly is going up, which is nice. My hourly watches. Chuck, exactly. Pretty much. Exactly. Sometimes, yeah. Stretch. All right. You know what? I need that. My back is killing me. I've been sitting too long. Thank you for that, Scott Massey. Appreciate that. You don't really want to slice them, though. Scott Massey. I'm following. I'm following you back. I appreciate it. What I'm writing, I am writing a chapter 3 of a 9-chapter extreme zombie novella for Evil Cookie Publishing. It was an invite for authors from Florida. I'm writing a zombie thing set in Jacksonville, Florida, which is where I am. So, I'll say I haven't written zombie stuff in a while, but I kind of have. That is fucking cool. This is going to be I was going to say this will be a little more extreme, but my Dying Days zombie series, they want to have sex with you. So, it's not really that different. I just don't feel like writing today. Ugh. Mr. Frank, I want you to tell a story. I'm going to pay for it in a second. I'd like you to tell the story of the time you invited a deranged fan to go to the diner with us after a signing, and this fan orders something spicy, and they put a fresh pepper on a plate in front of him. Tell that story. Are you talking about the deranged fan named Tom Duffy? It was a ghost pair. Oh, Tom's defending himself now. Tom, we were at the Angry Eric's Brewing Company doing a book signing. There were a lot of us, a bunch of us. There was me and Frank and Chuck Buda and who else was there? Daniel Volpe was there. Hunter Shea was there, wearing a Bigfoot suit for some reason. Nick Sullivan was there. Chris Ederline. The that woman was, what the hell was her name? I don't know, but she had I'm going to be honest with you, she had a phenomenal ass. Call him what you will. I couldn't remember if it was a ghost or a reaper. And Tom and his girl showed up to buy some books, and it was a brewery, so they Tom caught up. This is back in his drinking days, and he got drunk, and he asked me a question about one of my books, Sorensen. Oh yeah. Chris Sorensen. Chris Ederline is the other guy. That's not him. Thank you for correcting me. I appreciate that. I don't remember that chick's name though, or who else was even there. I think that one might have been it. I don't think Patavona. I don't think Dan Patavona was there that day. Anyway, Tom asked me a question about one of my books. Just towards the end of the evening, we were getting ready to wrap up, and I answered his question. Then he asked me the same question again, a couple different times. And then we all went to the diner because, you know, you're in New Jersey, you got to go to a diner after a book signing. And we went, and Tom was loaded. And the Halpern. Who's Halpern? I don't know any Halpern. The fuck is Halpern? You're thinking of Valerie Bertinelli, I think. And I believe it was the waitress. I don't know how people started talking about it, but they were starting talking about hot peppers. Frank and Tom. The waitress said she had grown, I guess, ghost peppers. And she had some in the back. And I remember my wife leaning over and saying, "This is not going to be good." And the waitress brought out a ghost pepper And Tong took a big bite of it, tried to be all manly about it. Probably still really numb with the alcohol coursing through his veins. And he didn't throw up or nothing. He held it like a man. And my favorite comment is Mr. Frank looking all indignant across the table from him going, well, he didn't eat the seeds. And I just thought, wow. Wow. That was also, unfortunately, the night that I got the message from someone that Dawn Lee McKenna had passed away. So that was between the ghost pepper eating and then Dawn Lee McKenna passing away. That was a night. I never saw someone so literally the ghost pepper took all the alcohol from Tom's body and destroyed it. Yeah, Tom was much more awake and alive then. Without even guessing, I'm gonna say I either had a pork roll, egg and cheese sandwich, or I had a Monte Cristo. Because literally that's the only things I go to New Jersey to eat at a diner now. I can't get them. I can't get them here. Frank signed the death book. Do you even remember buying this? And your honest answer? No. That's funny. That is funny. But that was a good. That was one of many good nights we had when we were doing the Beers and Fears tours back in the day. I'm sure at some point you boys will keep them going, but too far of a hike from them. Getting too old, and to drive all the way up 1,000 miles to New Jersey for one book signing just doesn't seem worth it. Nothing personal. I do intend to get back to New Jersey though at some point because food. Not to hang out with you guys. The only two good things about the Northeast was Tom Duffy and Chuck Buda. They're both now true Southerners. Speaking of true Southerners, there's Nicholas in. Nick, did you blow up anything yet today? Or is it still early? I don't really know what book signings are not what they used to be. Somebody actually sent me a question about it for walk and talk about book signings. I gotta find that. I wrote it down on a post-it note. Too late. I only explode before noon. You're a morning exploder. I get it. You don't want all the cops in town to come after you. Tom says, Nick, did you see the new conspiracy about The Secret, that the government killed the guy and then went and dug up all the treasure, and that's why nobody can find any of them anymore? Ah! Tom Duffy doing his own research. It'd be just like the government, too. Nick could believe that. I would imagine somebody would have said something by now, though. So I spelled the word wrong, and then it gave me, I tried to spell unacceptable, and I butchered it. And then it gave me a new spelling, which I okayed, and that was also wrong. Yeah, dumb government. In 2005, they had nothing else going on than to track down and kill a guy for 8 gems worth about $8,000. You know what? There's always somebody in the government willing to kill for 8 gems worth $8,000. Don't put it past them. Secret Service friend probably knows all, but yeah, who do you think did it? Always weird about Roger. I'm always like, why does he always have those 8 gems that he's always juggling? He just standing around juggling those 8 gems worth about $8,000. I thought it was a coincidence until you just mentioned it. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Excuse me, that's me. Ooh. So I got about 200 words, and I can finish this chapter of this zombie. That way, 3 chapters are done. Each chapter is about 1,100 words, in case we're keeping count. I was going to do 10 chapters at 1,000 words, but I'm like, you know what? 9 chapters at 1,100. I wonder if that friend can get us an interview with a former president. He can. Those people charge like that former president and his wife charge like $500,000, $250,000 for an appearance. I also talked to that person right after he was asked, and he basically was like, I can pitch it to him, but I doubt they're going to want to do it. But then that person we're talking about was like, I'm getting him on my podcast. We're going to talk about comic books. No, you're not. I don't know if everybody saw on my various social medias. I'm doing a poll. So I'm off of my Patreon, which is free for anybody to look at. You can find it on Blue Sky, on Twitch, not Twitch, on Twitter, on Facebook, on Threads. Basically, vote to yes or no. And I would appreciate your vote. There's less than a week left in it. That president is a huge fan. He's one of the 10,000 listeners every week. Close personal best, exactly. I had a pork roll and cheese on white bread because I did not order bagels, and all I had was white bread. Still delicious. I mean, it's a pork roll. Last night, my wife, on the way home from her mom's, picked up Arby's for me, which I thought was nice because I didn't feel like cooking anything. And then she had to go to bed at like 9:30. She was like, I gotta go to bed. I gotta get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. She got up this morning, got on a flight to Atlanta, and she's kicking ass in Atlanta right now. I gave my answers separate. Thanks for not voting in the poll. I did all that work to set up a poll, but thanks for totally ignoring all of the instructions, Frank. I appreciate that. It's funny because on a couple of the sites, people are like, I would love to be interviewed," and I'm thinking, yeah, no, I don't want you. I don't want to interview you. If you had read it, I'm going to do thriller authors. I want to interview thriller authors, have a chat with thriller authors, but not. Is that going to be like picking Armcast again, or a totally new thing? It's basically going to be. It's going to be. It's not going to be a podcast per se. I'm not going to put it up on. There's not going to be an audio version of it. It's going to be video. Be about a half an hour. I'm going to interview. I'm going to sit and chat with a thriller author, whether it's a crime thriller author, noir, supernatural, tropical author, thriller author, whatever. There's not going to be a set schedule for it at first. And basically it's going to be like Armand chats with, and then the person. The greatest things in sliced pork, exactly. Yeah, this is pre-sliced in the red box pork roll. Whenever a thought is true. That is very true, though, Mr. Frank. That is very true. I sent out another email from MondoCon yesterday, and Nick had mentioned that he wanted M&Ms because it's the only time he eats M&Ms. So I think even though Mr. Frank will not be here for MondoCon, we will still have an M&Ms. I think I still have M&Ms left from last year, if I'm not mistaken. My wife hides them, and then I forget about them. I do have chocolate, though. I do have Hershey Kisses I'm going to eat right now. Our new writers who write AI books, then give them away for free, but the free book has a link to whatever program that costs $1,000. Those are the best interviews. Yeah. I'm only going to invite people that I actually like. I'm hoping it also builds up my street cred in the thriller community. I have another one. I want to interview guys who are known as guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, that are known as thriller authors. Not a bunch of horror authors that might have written something that might be considered. Good. Nick can take all the crap for the M&Ms. All the crap is totally worth it, by the way. It is. You know what? I get M&Ms. I'm good. I will eat those words. Regular peanut butter. I tried the peanut butter and jelly M&Ms. Yeah, they were not really good. I'm not a big. So here's more of my weirdness. I do not eat just peanut butter. I will not eat a peanut butter sandwich. I did it as a kid and I didn't like it. Peanut butter and jelly sandwich, was not a fan at all. I'm a big fan of jelly. Various jellies and jams. And preserves, but not peanut butter yet. Peanut butter M&Ms, delicious. Reese's Pieces, delicious. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, delicious. Put peanut butter in my ice cream, delicious. But just regular peanut butter, like, no, gross. I don't like it. But I was not a fan of those M&Ms. Embrace podcast, yes. Pork roll M&Ms, delicious. Even the chunky peanut butter I don't like. And it's a... First off, it's a texture thing. I don't like creamy. So I don't eat mashed potatoes. I don't like creamy like that. But even just chunky peanut butter, I'm not a huge fan of. I don't get sick or anything. I just don't eat it. About 200 words left in this story. Or in this chapter, not in this story, in this chapter. Where are the pork roll lays? That is a good suggestion. Ooh. You just put out a ketchup tortilla chip, and in my idiocy, I tried one and almost. Yeah, why would you? I mean, I hate ketchup, so I would not eat that. But even if I like ketchup, I don't think that's a good. You don't need to do everything with everything. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we went from original Doritos to Cool Ranch. Stop. Hard stop right there. Good enough. We're done. When are they doing warm sit in the July day ranch flavor? It's not really that. I mean, the name itself is not really all that catchy. Be honest with you. It's not catchy. Keep saying they should put out limited edition bags where every chip is one of that rare ones that you get in a bag that's covered in seasoning. Those are delicious. Unless it's a ketchup one. Delicious. Hold on. Heather. Hey. Good, I'm on Twitch. It'll probably be another 15 minutes. No problem. Fine. Wrong number. Probably don't do it because the sodium level would kill an elephant. You know what, though? Let's kill some elephants. Elephants like deliciousness. By the way, I'm on the next page. In case you want to know. Yeah, lousy elephants. I know. I hate when elephants Eat all the Doritos. Next page, Nixon! Next page! 50 more words and this chapter is done. Question time. Pose it, poser. I called you a poser. And we're waiting. And we're waiting. And we keep waiting. Waiting some more. And some more. Yeah. Oh, we got a question. Why do you think George R.R. Martin is taking years and years to write his next book? He's written plenty before, and you bashed up more in a week than he has in a decade. Celebrity. He's got more money than he needs. He's an older Jersey guy. Never thought he'd make this amount of money. He doesn't need to write. He has no push to write other than assholes online saying, "Fuck are you doing with this book?" And he got to the place. He got to the place like in what is it, Rocky 3? Rocky loses the eye of the tiger. You know what I'm saying? You got a robot in your house? I'm about to hydrate. I'm going to need it for this rant. Oh no, don't break that. Delicious. That's why. He doesn't need to write. Didn't he say he's not going to finish them? I don't know. Too many robots. Too many robots. If you saw the Rocky movie, they had a robot. And I think also for him, I mean, the last season he gave his notes of what the book was supposed to be about, and then they wrote it themselves, and they did a poor job of it. And I think in his mind, he's probably like, it's done. It's kind of like when I have to write a outline for something. I'm like, it feels like I wrote the book. I don't want to write this book anymore. You know, he does interviews. He's going to all kinds of conventions and stuff. He's guest of honor all over the place. He's done more than 99% of other writers have ever done in their lives. I think if there wasn't a TV show, he would have finished it. I agree, Tom. I also think the same thing. I think if we didn't have a TV show, he would have definitely finished that book. But who knows? You know what? Maybe I would do the same thing. If I ever had that much fame and money, you might be hard pressed to do stuff. You don't know what his life is like, you know? He's probably in Milwaukee right now looking for that treasure. He's like, I'm gonna dynamite. He could hire someone to finish it and make more money. More robots. Jay Wilburn has passed away, or that's probably who he would have gotten to ghostwrite it. Johnny Five. You think he's got Johnny Five robot money? Come on. Character James Patterson outside. Exactly. Right, exactly. Someone on the thrillers, one of the thriller groups I'm in, was bitching how who can say that James Patterson was evil and what he does, blah blah blah. The way he gets other people to write his books and on and on and on. And somebody's like, no, he's a smart businessman who puts out a shitload of books and gives credit to those people and pays those people quite well. And if James Patterson ever came to me and said, "Here, write this," you would probably write it in a friggin' heartbeat because you're getting out there and you're getting money. So don't give the he's evil, blah blah. Shut up. You're evil. I don't know. Well, I wrote my words. I was happy. That's not Dean Koontz. Hey, you calm that shit down. Dean Koontz is not evil. Dean Koontz is genius. Alright, I'm going to call this wrong number back. It's nice hanging out with everybody today. I will not be on tomorrow. Tomorrow's very busy. Tom, I will pick you up at 10 a.m. We got the author Chinese buffet tomorrow. I also have therapy at 3 o'clock. Oh, also, Shakedown is free starting tomorrow. Tom, that's not very nice. What about Mike Patton? You know what I'm saying? What about him? We'll talk about him on Friday. Friday, bring out Mike Patton. We'll talk all about him. All right, buddy. Talk to you later. Bye.